Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Hello everybody, welcome along to AOR Apex Online Racing. Today we're in COTA, the Circuit of the Americas, for the Hype Energy US Grand Prix, round 6 of the Season 6 calendar for Oceania Xbox One. And once again, we're on quite a technical track today. COTA is known for its high speed and tricky corners, which makes up a fantastic race as seen in the past, where Lewis Hamilton won the 2015 and the 2019 championship here. The Circuit of the Americas is quite a new track because it was only opened back in 2012, where construction began in 2010. It can hold up to roughly 120,000 spectators and holds other events such as the IndyCar Series, the World Endurance Championship, the Porsche Super Cup, just to name a few. And after a week break for Easter, I hope everyone is doing fine and keeping very safe, and hope you're all back and refreshed for some more league racing action. Looking at the track, COTA is 5.5 kilometers long with 20 turns, 9 to the left with 11 to the right, with 2 DRS zones for overtake, and one on the start finish straight going up the steep hill towards turn 1, and another on the back straight after turn 11 headed towards turn 12. The first F1 race was back in 2012, and the fastest race lap record was set by Charles Leclerc in 2019 with a 36.169. The elevation change is a whopping 41 meters, which is mostly shown by the run up to turn 1, and the track circles around the observation tower, which is 77 meters high. As always, it's 18 minutes to qualify and 28 laps for the race here today, which adds up to approximately 154 kilometers worth of racing. On average, there's about 66 gear changes per lap, which is definitely an added challenge for a solid lap around COTA. 3 compounder tyres available as always, the softs, mediums and the hards. Well, as you can see, each tyre has quite a big difference compared to each other. The mediums are 1.4 seconds slower than the softs, and the hards are 2.1 seconds slower than the softs. So the hards don't look very useful for the drivers today, so we'll probably be seeing a one-stop strategy. Looking at the championship standings, New Zealand Ryan is leading the way still with 114 points. He's starting to really build that gap now, with a joint second between BRL Jared and Alan Hugo. We saw last week those guys battling it out literally every lap, and they're looking really competitive. So we'll see who comes out on top between those two today. We've got Warden in 4th, Master Berserk in 5th. We've got Max Mate in 6th, Laggy Person in 7th, Penske up into 8th, 1 point ahead of Top Banter in 9th, and Saviour Mince Pie in 10th. 11th, we've got the Butler, the Dubstep in 12th, and joint 13th. We've got Islam and Bazooka both on 4 points. I'm Deathboy in 15th on 2 points, and we've got everyone else with no points scored just yet. Looking at the constructors, Ferrari with 150 points to their name. Again, they're starting to build that gap now ahead of Mercedes. Mercedes with 115, Red Bull with 103. Again, those two very close at the moment in the championship. We've got Racing Point with 48, Alfa Romeo with 20, and joint 6th, we've got Toro Rosso, Renault and McLaren. No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. Toro Rosso's on 8 points, sorry. Renault is joint with McLaren on 6 points. Haas is with 4, and Williams is with 0. Still in 10th position. My name is AOR Charlie, and I'll be bringing you the live coverage of the US Grand Prix for Oceania Xbox One. And joining me in the commentary box, as always, is Mitchie. Welcome back, Mitchie.
Welcome back, Charlie. It's great to be back. United States Grand Prix, ready to go. It's going to be an interesting one tonight. Always interesting here at COTA.
Yeah, COTA is, again, like I said, technical track, but it's got very high-speed corners and known for its overtaking on the back straight. So, looking at the qualifying grid, once again, we got a full grid with 19 drivers. Obviously, we can only have 19 because we've got 3 spectators, including Jess behind the scenes, who's doing the camera work. 15 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in qualifying. There's still yet anyone to set a lap time just yet. But, yeah, I've heard from a few drivers, Mitchie, that will probably be softs to mediums or mediums to softs. But the tire degradation, I think, I've raced it before. It doesn't seem great, but a few drivers are still thinking softs to mediums. So what do you think?
Yeah, big softs to mediums, mediums softs. You can do it well here, but you do have to conserve a bit here as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting how things go here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be risky, but if you do conserve those tires and you find the right balance with pushing conserver. You should be able to get a decent result here today. Let's go on board with who should we go on board with? Let's go on board with Penske, the F2 champion. He's going into turn 1 at the moment, into the right hander of turn 2, and going into the S section, which is very difficult to get right, close to or similar to Maggot and Beckett and Silverstone, but again it's really hard to keep it just on the racing line and make sure you don't cut the corner. Penske looks like he's done a good job at the moment as he comes through sector 2 over the sector 1 split. Now it looks like he's got quite a clean run. He's got a Ferrari ahead of him, which is Master Berserk, who is on the medium compound tires, not starting on the softs just yet, which looks to be like everyone's actually on the softs apart from Laggy Person, Warden, Bazooka, Frizzy, I'm pretty sure it's Frizzy. But anyway, Laggy Person crosses the line on the hard compound tyres with a 34.5. Penske going into turn 12, braking. You can actually brake quite late going into this corner, about maybe 70 meters, but in the race it'll probably be a little bit earlier or later, I don't know, depends on the few of the late stages of the race. But going into sector 3, double left-hander Forrest Elbow, who is Conrad Straight, crosses the line with a 33.5 on the medium compound tyres, shortly beaten there by Deathweb with a 31.8. so I've seen as well a few drivers break into the 30s before, so I reckon pole would be a 30 point, I'm not sure, high 30s I reckon. Penske coming into the final corner of turn 20, opening up the DRS out of VRS, and he goes 4th with 33.7, so good lap there by Penske. Still plenty of time left to go, and he needs to be careful. Master Berserk, who's laying him through, it looks like, Mitchie.
Yeah, not a bad lap there from Penske, and yeah, you're right, I agree with you there. Probably about, I'd say around the 30s we'll see pole position here tonight. Round about there.
It's something like that. But also, there's one thing to point out, which is going to be at the driver's disadvantage, is how the sunlight is right now. You can probably see it's okay, but I think near the end of qualifying you can't really, it's hard to see the apex of the corner if you're not using racing line. Let's just go back on board with Penske. This is a pretty good example. You can see how bright it is at the moment. A few drivers complaining this corner going into turn 12 to be quite hard to look at, and the final corner as well. Both a little bit difficult to see the apex, but people with racing line, they can probably see it a little bit clearer. But again, it's just a bit hard, Mitchie.
Yeah, it's a task. It absolutely is. It can absolutely hinder the drivers, but well, there's some of the best drivers out there. I think it won't hurt them as much, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But it is a task. It definitely is a task, Charlie. It definitely is. As Venom now goes to the top, look how close it is between the top two.
Both Kiwi boys, first and second. New Zealand running with a 131.260, and just beaten there by Venom with a 131.235, as most of the drivers are now going into the pit lane to get ready for their second lap. Maybe a few drivers only want to do 2 laps, a few drivers maybe want to do 3. There is time to do 3, but again, it's quite close to make sure that you get across the line in time for that final lap, which is going to be quite crucial for a lot of these drivers here. Master Berserk, who is going through turn 2 and into turn 3 into the S section now. It's still on those medium compound tires, but he's on a fresh set this time, so he could be potentially improving on this lap time, as he's set a 33.8. He's just into the top 10 with 11 minutes left to go. And again, that corner on that is turn 9, that left-hander, again, quite a hard corner to get right. Has he invalidated? He's invalidated. Okay, I can't see for some reason on my screen if it's invalidated or not, and yeah, that's pretty much says it there that he's put it into the lowest mode of EOS. So anyone else who is on a lap time, but okay, while we wait for this, Mitchie, who's going to be on pole? Have another guess.
Well, I'm going to say DRC Jarrett for pole position here tonight.
Ooh.
And it'll be very interesting to see how it all goes down here tonight. What about you, Charlie?
I'm gonna go with Alan Hugo, I think.
Ooh.
He's currently in 3rd at the moment. He's 3/10 off Ryan, but yeah, we've seen Alan really on the pace, and yeah, I think Alan's got this, but there's still a lot of very quick drives, as you can see. The gaps are very close at the front. And the midfield is quite close. We got Warden, we got Forest Elbow, who is somewhat straight, but the tyre difference is still a little bit of a factor. Warden is on the mediums and Forest Elbow's on the softs. Speaking of Warden, he is actually on an outlap. I thought it was on a lap there, but no, he's currently in 7th with a 33.4, and he's going through sector 3. 9 minutes 30 seconds left to go, and I think everyone is actually either on a in lap or a out lap, apart from it looks like Master Berserk, who is again going through after invalidating, which I believe it was at turn 9, and I think he's just cut the corner. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a corner car after that one. So I can tell that's definitely a corner car without having to look at the full track map. DRC Jared, your pole man, Mitchie. You want to take us on board with a lap of him? He's coming to turn 11 now.
Well, he is purple sector 1 at the moment, DRC Jared, so... And always sector 1 here is very exciting, and it will be very exciting here tonight. Probably one of the most... I don't know, Charlie, I'd say one of the most... It could be a difficult sector to handle and get right. But some of these drivers do it so perfectly. As we watch Jared here for the rest of this lap. But purple again in the second sector. So Jared could maybe go to pole here. We'll have to wait and see with 8 minutes to go. And of course, we're coming around here now. Jared, I think Jared could, if he gets it perfect, which he is at the moment, could take pole. Not perfect, but he's got the Ferrari up ahead. And Jared, yeah, he made a mistake there, and 31.9, so I think goes P6. So it was a good start, but the end part of the lap just wasn't great, Charlie.
Well, it looks like he knows what to improve on his next lap, which will probably be his... Yeah, it will be his last lap of the qualifying session. He's going to make his way into the pit now. But look at the amount of drivers he's on track on the track map right now. That's basically everyone apart from... Looks like there's 2 drivers. I think that is Master Berserk and an Alfa Romeo, which looks to be... Dubstep, okay, yeah. So everyone is basically on a lap time at the moment, making sure they get some sort of... Maybe just a banker, or maybe they want to go for it now and just see if they can improve on their final lap time or not. But yeah, it's a time where you're thinking about where you can improve on your bankers or not. Obviously, yeah, Jared, he had a perfect sector 1 and sector 2, but unfortunately just not the perfect sector 3. So if he just does sector 1 and sector 2 just like it he did there, then sector 3, and if he nails that, then he's going to get himself Abdullah by quite a lot, because he's only 1/10 behind Deathbro. And how many tenths do you reckon that would have cost him there, Mitchie, that sector 3?
I think quite a bit. I think it definitely cost him. When we saw those first 2 sectors, and it was pretty good. And yeah, I mean, we're on board. It was only a slight mistake too, but yeah, mistakes can cost you a lot.
Yeah, because the grid is so close between these guys. Yeah, bear in mind it's between F1 and F2 drivers, so there will be some sort of difference in like the midfield compared to each other, because a few of them might be F1 drivers from last season, a few of them might be from F2, but F2 drivers, they seem to be coping very well. We got Maxwell was in F2. Yep. Wasn't he? Yeah, exactly. That's actually a really good example. Max in P4, who was in F2, and he's just doing really well in this. Well, it isn't F1 tier, but it's like we can't really say tier 1 because there's only one tier. So, yeah, Max Meg, really good example. He's coping really well this season right now, Mitch, isn't he?
He is. Just now the first 1 minute 30's coming with New Zealand Venom. Yeah, Max is. As I was racing with him in F2 last season, he was very on the pace in F2 and just made mistakes and cost him, but he had very good pace, and he's shown that pace here at the moment this season.
Yeah, we got Forest Elbow going for a little bit of corner cutting, just cutting the grass a little bit there, but yeah, I think he's going to be going into the pits at the end of this lap with about 5 minutes left to go. But Venom, I think, yeah, I think this is his first race back in quite a while, actually. He didn't race last week, did he? Not last week, 2 weeks ago. Oh, he did? Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
I
just can't remember that far back. It's not even been a long time. I still can't remember. It's just been such a weird few weeks either way, with all the stuff going on in the news, the coronavirus. But yeah, I mean, at least this takes Go on, go on.
I think Charlie's had a good Easter, everyone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for me, the Easter Bunny didn't come for me, so, yeah, didn't want to give me a few eggs, but either way, I don't really like chocolate that much anyway, so it's all good. I don't really care that much. So, yeah. But yeah, there's quite a big difference, like, in this tier. I can't pronounce your name in the chat. Mattidge. I'm really sorry. But Matt, I'll call you Matt. But yeah, there is quite a big difference. There's nearly 3 seconds between P1 and P13 because obviously the tier difference. But at the front, there's still that good battle going on between obviously Ryan, the championship leader. He's still got a lot of work to do if he wants to get that gap a little bit bigger. We got Jared and we got Alan Hugo. Those guys joint points at the moment, but they're P3 and P6. So Jared a little bit of a disadvantage at the moment. He's going to be feeling the pressure on the final lap of qualifying. He needs to make sure he gets himself up on the basically the top, at least the top 5, I'd say, to try and compete with Alan Hugo. It's going to be doable, I'd say, because you saw Jared made that mistake. And it's just Jared, isn't he? He likes to improve in the final few seconds of qualifying, and he's still really got the pace, Mitchie.
Yeah, as Top Banter has spun. Oh, he's going backwards on the front straight. And
Oh dear.
don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of donuts just to get ready for what could be a race win, maybe, in Top Banter. But yeah, I think he's gonna have to make his way into the pit lane very quickly. Otherwise, he might not even be able to set a lap, lap time on fresh tires, because he's been on this set of tires for 2 laps. And although it doesn't seem a lot of these drivers are going to be on fresh softs or fresh mediums, so it is going to be quite a big difference. As you can see, he's going to just try and push as hard as he possibly can. 3 minutes left to go in the session. It looks like it's just Top Banter, Cowboy Oz, Benny F1, just those 3 are just on the track at the moment, and they're all in a very similar position, all coming through sector 2, going to the back straight through turn 11. So at the moment, Venom, first driver to break into the 30s there, 30.9, and we got Orion, he's actually 3/10 behind. So Venom, he's actually set a really decent lap time actually at the moment. He's showing the guys what it's about at the moment.
He is, he absolutely is. He does have that really good qualifying pace, Benham, and he's shown it right now. He could even possibly improve even more. We'll have to wait and see how it goes with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go, as they're all starting the traffic out of the pits, starting to begin for the final run, Charlie.
Yep. So far, we haven't actually really seen an incident where drivers can't make it to the line because of other drivers. I think we have seen a few drivers just not making it to the line because they ran out of time. DRC Jared, I think, was an example back in Italy where he made the line, so he had to settle for his second run, I believe it was. So Banter retiring from the session. He came 5 after doing a few donuts on the start-finish straight, which probably didn't really help him that much. And it looks like, by what I've seen on the track, he actually didn't retire in the pit, and I think he retired on track, and there was a Renner who just went past. I think it was Benny F1. Hopefully it didn't really ruin his lap time at all there, but 1 minute 20 left to go. And everyone is on their outlap, getting ready to cross the line to start their final lap. But yeah, you said DRC Jared, Mitchie. I said Alan Hugo. They're in P3, P6. The joint points at the moment. Yeah.
It'll be
Jess behind the scenes says Ryan. So yeah, we got 3 guesses. So hopefully one of us will be right. But either way, Venom still got. He can still improve on this lap time, but it's definitely gonna be harder because he set a really solid lap time there, 30.9. But we'll see. Maybe Ryan's doing a bit of sandbagging. Maybe Alan Hugo's doing a bit of sandbagging. Maybe they actually push as hard as they can. Who knows? We're going to find out in these last few seconds of qualifying. As you can see on the track map, loads of drivers backing off, getting ready to cross the line, coming across the coming through the final corner is New Zealand Venom to start his lap time as well. And this is where drivers want to make sure they get a lot of space between each other, because you don't want to be stuck behind a driver on your qualifying lap. You might get a bit of slipstream, a bit of a tow, but if you get too close, you risk overtaking them, and you risk maybe causing an incident, slowing down your time there, Mitchie. But yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Check flag is about to drop, and looks like everyone has made it across the line in time.
Absolutely, and Venom Purple Sector 1, he's absolutely on it. And it's going to be exciting few minutes here. These laps are going to be very exciting, Charlie.
Venom is... I mean, Venom's somehow going faster than his personal best at the moment, which seems mighty fast already. So he's showing it. He's showing the drivers what it's about. Let's stay on board with Venom because he's actually one of the. Actually, no. Let's go on board with Master Berserk. I think he's coming through the final few corners. He is. So he's actually got into the pit lane. Yeah. So Venom going purple once again through sector 2. DRC Jared. He's coming through the final few corners into the penultimate corner of turn 19 and into the final corner of turn 20. Master Berserker retiring from the session after not being able to improve. DLC Jared opening up the DRS up to the line. It's P2 for Jared, so he's done a really good job to get himself up the order a little bit more. We got Mercedes crossing the line. That was Maxima who goes up into P5. We got a Red Bull, and that is Venom who crosses the line with a 30.7. He improves on his fastest lap there. New Zealand Ryan is coming through the final corner. He's got FiZ ahead of him, and this might hinder his time a little bit, but I don't think it'll cost him too much. FiZ going through the final corner. He's misjudged his corner, but New Zealand Ryan, the championship leader, goes to P2 with again a 30.7, really close between the top two. What was that, Mitchie?
Hugo goes P4. Sorry about that, Charlie.
You're good. But yeah, Ryan Ryan and New Zealand Venom, both with a 30.7, 22 thousandths of a second, separating the Kiwi drivers. Look at that. That's amazing. But then the gap between Ryan and Jared is about 4/10. So at the moment, the Kiwi boys are looking like they're on another level compared to these guys. But there's still the race. There's still plenty of time to sort all of that out.
Absolutely, and go through the fields. Last is Pricey in 19th. And Charlie, before we go racing here at the United States Grand Prix here in Texas, time for a little word from our sponsors. Hype Energy.
Welcome to the grid for the US Grand Prix. And look at the sky. There's not a cloud to be seen. Very sunny here in Texas for the US Grand Prix. Round 6 of the Season 6 calendar for Oceania. We got New Zealand Venom on pole position by the slightest of margins there ahead of New Zealand Ryan. But then we got DRC Jared and P3 who was about 4/10ths off. So times at the front between the top two, very close. But Jared doesn't seem to be like as close as you would expect to Ryan, but it's qualifying. Maybe he didn't set his best lap time he could have done. Who knows? But it's race time, so it's going to be down to if anyone out of nowhere, comes out with the pace, and we might see a bit of strategy differences from the bottom 11. Maybe a few of them want to start on the mediums, go into the softs, and then maybe a few of the front runners want to pit a lot earlier or a lot later. Who knows? But we're waiting on Maxmate to ready up, and I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe he wants to look at the strategy a little bit longer, or we have a little bit of a lag issue there. But either way, Mitchie, we got Venom on pole, we got Ryan in second. Who do you think is going to take the race win here today?
It's tough, isn't it? It's tough as Maxmate has left the session, so let's hope we don't have an issue here. But we could possibly be.
No,
but I think for race win, I'm going to go shot in the dark here. I'm going to say Alan Hugo for the win here tonight. Yeah.
Taking my pole man there. So Alan Hugo. I'm just gonna say Ryan, because Ryan obviously is still very close with Venom. Those two I can see they'll be fighting throughout the whole race. And I feel like Ryan, he's got a lot of patience in him. If he likes to wait a long time before he knows for certain he can make the move on someone. He likes to do a few strategy calls. You don't really see Ryan overtaking and getting through the field like very quickly. You like to see him being very calm, being just, you know, taking his time and making sure he gets through the field without any damage, which we've seen before. And it looks like we're going to be having a restart because the lobby seems to be broken at the moment. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer, unfortunately. So, Mitchie, we're going to be doing a little bit of AOR radio.
It builds the momentum, Charlie. It builds the momentum of the race. That's what it does. It builds it. Builds the tension, the drama, because USA here can be a very exciting race. It can very well be, because the toe can be very crucial here as well, Charlie.
Yeah, definitely. Our back straight. Restart your F1, by the way, guys, just in case we get a little bit stuck. But yeah, back straight, very, very long. It's probably not the best way to describe it, but it is definitely a really good overtaking opportunity going into turn 12 because there's quite a heavy braking. So turn 1 is where you can really force a dive bomb down the inside there, or maybe around the outside, who knows. But obviously, because it's an uphill corner, you can brake very late. And maybe going a little bit off topic, Mitchie, F1 2020 is coming out in July. Is that right?
July, yes.
July 10th. So yeah, very exciting stuff there. And is there anything that interests you about the new game?
Well, the Michael Schumacher Deluxe Edition gets me very excited, but it'll be an interesting game. I think it'll be a very interesting game to see. I'm very interested to see how the Vietnam track will be, Charlie. Very interested to see how that track will be in the game. And
I can go on.
What is the other one? I apologise for not thinking what the other new track is.
The other Hanoi. No, that's Vietnam. Zanvor, yeah, of course.
Yes, Zanvor.
But yeah, there's one other factor of the new team. I think you can add on the career mode. Pretty sure that's.
Yes.
Yeah, you can add a new team. So
you can. It's basically now you can add a new team with all the other 10 teams on the grid in career mode. So yeah, something different. It's good to see. Something exciting, and be interesting to see. Since I am a bit of a career mode player myself for like the first 6 months, but it'll be interesting, and yeah.
I can just remember driving around France for the first time on F1 at 2018, and that was such a weird feeling because I just didn't know where I was going. Like I just turned into a corner. Is this no, that's not the right corner. Oh wait, no, I am taking the right corner. It's just something like that. So yeah, I can just remember the excitement going through a new track like that.
This shows how old I am. It's the Korea track from F1 2010. Not knowing where to go on that one. There's one for you.
I mean, my first game was F1 2015, so I don't really know what's going on. Oh, Baku, yeah. Baku 2017. Yeah.
Good
example.
That would have been that would have been 2016. And
oh, yeah,
can't think of any others actually, but yeah. Also the India track as well, which is a track from the past that many do forget.
Never raced around that track, to be honest. I just, compared to a lot of these drivers, I'm quite a new one. F1 2016. Wait, I think I said F1 2015. My first game was actually F1 2016. And yeah, so I'm quite new. I'm still quite new to the league racing scene. A lot of these drivers who raced like F1 2010, like yourself, Mitchie, and you've been into F1 for so long, haven't you?
Yeah, well, the first F1 game I ever played was F1 2001 on the PS1, so jeez. Yeah. But I know some people who've played F1 1997, so there's been a lot of us in this community who've been playing these games for quite some time.
Yeah, right. I think we've got a full grid now, so I think we're just waiting on the custom grid to be sorted, because obviously we're not going to be doing a one-shot qualifying, and a one-shot qualifying to commentate over is an absolute nightmare. You just you don't know who to focus on, and I don't really want to go through a one-shot qualifying again by commentating over. It's just a bit too chaotic, isn't it? But yeah, custom grid, it works fine, and that's how it really should be. Weather will be, I mean, so far as I'm aware, it'll be clear, but maybe there was some rain going into the final few laps, I'm not sure, but yeah, drivers will have to start on exactly the same tyre that they qualified on, so that drivers won't be able to start on the mediums if they really want to, and you'll be disqualified if you don't go the right tyre. I'm pretty sure if you're in the bottom level, you can go whatever tyre you really want to, so it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah.
I mean, here really anyway, it wouldn't be really, if you're trying to be saying go on the medium tyre, the top 10, it's not really going to really do much for you, because as we said, it's going to be soft mediums, medium softs here tonight, so, but,
I mean, you'll be starting on fresh sets, so it'll be easier to make it to the end, so...
True.
And yeah, it is going to be put on clear weather, so there's not going to be any rain here today. We did see some rain 2 weeks ago back in Monza, which was the first wet race we've seen in a very, very long time.
No, it was Japan 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, it was Japan.
Okay, apart from that, it was a very long time since we've seen some rain. I can't believe my memory's just going, isn't it? I'm just really struggling to. Struggling to keep up with us. Even I'm commentating over this league, and I still don't remember anything.
Well, it happens with week breaks.
I'm not sure if it's even just week breaks. I'm pretty sure I just don't remember a lot of stuff.
But we are getting set to go, Charlie.
Yeah, we are now loading into the race. So apologies for the little bit of a delay, but yeah, I don't actually know what was really happening. Max Mate just disconnected, and I'm pretty sure everyone just couldn't really. I think everyone was just stuck. Max Mate. Oh, apparently Max Mate. Yeah, he could have just done the whole race by himself, apparently. So, yeah, either way, we are now loading into the race, and we're going to be getting this US Grand Prix underway. And I won't be surprised if I see a lot of the bottom level going onto the medium compound tyres, unless they want to follow everyone else's strategy in the top 10 and just make sure they get involved in it. But yeah, fresh tyres as well. Mitchie, if you were in the bottom 11, what would you do? Would you stick with the softs or maybe the mediums?
It depends where I am. I think if I was like, say, around 11th, 12th, I would probably go softs. But if you're in the right at the back, like 15th to 19th area, I'd probably go the mediums, just because, you know, especially if you're right in the mid pack, soft tyres and you get a bit of damage. But yeah, it'll be interesting what those guys do. But yeah, of course, all the guys in the top 10 did qualify on the softs. But yeah.
Right, so I'm pretty sure you guys can see the grid now. Am I right, Jess? I think we just. Not just yet. Okay, we'll wait until it actually starts. So, drivers are looking at their strategies at the moment and probably maybe changing a few things. And obviously, yes, setups. If you don't...
Yes.
I've had really bad moments where I just...
So have I.
I just ready up, strategy, let's go. Oh, well, I'm on 6 wings. Why have I got 60% differential? Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh, no, it's not even differential. 60% brake by 75% differential. Oh, I didn't do my setup. So, yeah, that's a really big factor.
It's not a good feeling.
Really need to make sure you set your setup. But I think, yep, there we go. Drivers are now starting on the formation lap, so we are underway, and let's have a little look at the strategies, the tyres that the drivers have got. And actually, there's a lot more drivers than I would have expected to be on the softs there. We got Dubstep Benny, we got Sabian Mince Pie, we got Top Banter, and I think I've already seen a crash there at turn 1. Yep, who was that? That was Bazooka. Is that it?
And it was Benny as well. Benny was just stopped, and yeah, formation lap, always exciting.
Yeah, so that has a Bazooka, and Benny's just chilling at the back. Actually, not even at the back. That's Top Banter, I think. Yeah, Top Banter's at the back. But either way, 28 laps. Around here in Cota, Texas, for the US Grand Prix, approximately 154 kilometers worth of racing. I remember that one. So at least my memory isn't that bad from about half an hour ago. But yeah, Venom on pole position, Ryan in second, Jam in third, and Hugo fourth, Warden in fifth, and Max May in sixth, Deathbro seventh, is that Matt eighth, Like Person ninth, and Bazooka in 10th. All of them starting on the softs, which I'm pretty sure they all qualified on in the qualifying session. So there's going to be no disqualifications so far. Still plenty of time for disqualifications.
Now let's I'm sorry, Charlie, but let's just talk just real second before we go racing here. That we've got to watch turn 1, everyone, because turn 1 is very exciting at this track because into turn 1, lap 1, you can see about 4 or 5 wide almost at one point in turn 1. It can be absolutely chaotic, but let's hope it's clean. Let's hope, and everyone goes through smoothly here on lap 1.
Yeah, definitely. Uphill turn 1, left-hander, you can brake as late, well, you can't brake as late as you can because you'll be in the wall, but you can brake very late, and you can be a bit risky. A few drivers will want to, oh, that's a car going, I don't even know where that car's gone. He's probably gone to the next race. He's gone miles off. But either way, drivers lining up to the grid. You can brake a lot later compared to other drivers, or you can brake earlier and make sure you keep your front wing intact. But a few drivers who are at the back of the field, they might want to be a little bit risky. New Zealand with Venom lining up on his pole position spot. He's on the right side of the grid. New Zealand Ryan, who's in P2, is going to be on the left side. So maybe a bit of a cheeky dive bomb from Ryan. Who knows? As we're going to get round 6 of the US Grand Prix underway for Oceania with New Zealand Venom on pole position. The drivers are looking to the 5 red lights. And away they go here for the US Grand Prix. Venom on pole position. Ryan gets a pretty good start as well as we dive into turn 1. Ryan's going to have the inside line. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he does. Down the inside he goes. And Venom is going to try to hold it round the outside. He's going to try and stick it. And it looks like Venom's actually done it. So round the outside he still holds on to P1. Ryan is still trying to keep his nose into the S section, but he just doesn't keep his full car in there. So Venom's still in P1. Ryan in P2. Jared is still going to hold on to P3. It looks like everyone's kept it quite clean at the front. Master Berserker's down into, he's down to P15 after his qualifying session there. Benny F1 up into P11. He's looking for a move potentially on that laggy person going into turn 11. Down the inside he goes. Very close to contact there as we've got both of the McLarens going side by side. I'm Deathbro now goes up into P7. And onto the back straight after turn 11 into turn 12. And is it going to be Venom still leading the way? It is. So Venom in front of Ryan, in front of Jared, and then Hugo. Looks like everyone's kept it quite clean so far, Mitchie.
Yeah, very clean. Very, very clean. Only Williams went off track in first sector. That's pretty much it. Very clean at the moment between these drivers. But yeah, very good battle there at the start with Venom and Ryan. And I think it's going to heat up even more. Jared just holding off Alan Hugo as well. So those two, of course, battling for second in the championship at the moment.
Yeah, Ryan he was thinking about going down the inside into turn 1. He did go for it, but unfortunately Venom had a pretty good line. So he could not make the move there. But end of lap 1 is going to be Venom who leads the way. And Ryan is about 4 tenths behind Venom going into turn 1. So already Venom is putting a little bit of a gap, but it's not going to be too much for anyone to for a little bit of concern. Oh, Max Mate and Warden 99 going side by side going into turn 1. Warden's going to have the inside line going into turn 2. There's contact, and Warden, good save there from Warden. He just about caught it after his car nearly went straight into the barriers there. And maybe a little lack of space a little bit there from Max Mate, but it's hard racing, and I respect that. Warden in P6, Deathbro in 7th, yes, there. So Warden just about keeping his car from going into the barrier there. Deathbro is going to be all over the back though with Warden, as his tyres are probably not going to be feeling the bestest of temperatures there going into turn 11, and he's going to be put under pressure by the McLaren onto the back straight now. Going down the order a little bit, we've got Penske, but Penske's in the wall, and he's that was the quickest virtual safety car I have seen in my life. Penske hit the wall, and just like that, yeah, so it wasn't caught on Steve, but Penske hit the wall, and when he hit the wall, the virtual safety car came out. I don't think I've seen a faster virtual safety car ever. But Penske's got damage. I think Bazooka might have, yeah, Bazooka's got left front wing damage as well. So both of those guys will have to go into the pit lane. I did actually have a really good view of that, but yeah, virtual safety car at the end, around the end of lap 2 it looks like. Now that again we've brought it up in the past where there is a little bit of a thing where if you are not the host of the lobby, you can do a cheeky little break in the delta, so you, when it says virtual safety cars ending, you can just completely belt it. But I'm pretty sure they've actually put in a rule now that you can't do that. Drivers can show evidence now that drivers are breaking that rule, so hopefully no one's going to be doing. Now, Master Berserk, Penty, and Bazooka, all three of them have pitted Master Berserk onto the hard compound tires, so he's going to try and make it to the end of the Grand Prix, potentially. Bazooka, okay, all of them are on the hard compound tires now, so they're going to try and make it to the end of the Grand Prix. Probably doable, but it's going to be a bit of a push here, Mitchie.
Yeah, it's going to be a push, but I think they'll definitely try to go to the end, or hope for a safety car, full-course safety car later in the race to help them out. But yeah, I didn't see that incident. You're the only one that saw that, Charlie. But yeah, fastest virtual safety car I think we've seen in quite some time.
Oh, except the stewards must have had some lightning reactions there. The moment he spun and just front wing just hit the ball, boom! Get out, lads, quickly. But anyway, lap 3 out of 28. Let's go back on board with the front runners here. We got Ryan and Venom here. Still about 3-4 tenths separating each other. Ryan's actually got a purple sector 2, but I don't think that matters too much because we just had a virtual safety car. But yeah, these two still looking very close to each other. Jared is a little bit further behind though. He's now 9 tenths of a second, maybe nearly a second out of these two. So they need to make sure he gets back into at least that about 9-8 tenths of a second to make sure he gets that DRS. But when Ryan and Venom are going to be battling, I guess he's going to be able to carry on, Mitchie.
Venom, a little moment there, and Ryan's going to be on him here, Charlie.
Oh yeah, he is actually. Ryan is looking to the outside. Venom's going to have to defend the inside line. Someone's going to have a better run compared to the Venom driver as we go into turn 2. You can see Venom is going really slowly compared to Ryan going into the S section. Now Ryan actually had to do a little bit of a lift going into the S section. Now Venom's all over the place. So now Ryan's going to have the inside line going into the next corner.
Jared.
And yeah, Jared's going to get involved as well. 1 tenth behind. The top 3 are really going to get involved. And Hugo is now going to join in the party as well, Mitchie. Things are starting to get a little bit heated after that little mistake. It looks like it might even cost Venom here.
And I think it absolutely has. He just made a little mistake coming down the final corner, and Ryan's going to be all over. Jared's there, Hugo's there as well. Big fight here for the lead.
Ryan, he's got the DRS, and everyone's got the DRS on this back straight here. So Ryan, is he going to try and make the move on lap 4 out of 28? Venom goes defensive. Ryan goes to the outside line going into turn 12. Is he going to brake as late as he possibly can compared to the Renault driver? He tries and does so. He's still on the outside. He has to go off the track ever so slightly. He's now going to have the inside line. Ryan on New Zealand Venom. I think he's still side by side between the two Kiwi drivers. Ryan is going to have the outside line going into the next corner. But now Jared's thinking about going down the inside of Ryan. But I think Jared's going to have to back out for now. Ryan is still all over the place because he's still trying to get past Venom, as he might even do Max Verstappen on Venom, apart from cutting the corner. But Venom is going to still be on the inside. Ryan now onto the outside going into the final corner. And I think Venom, no, Ryan does the under Nova, so now he's still side by side. Lap 5 out of 28, he's going to have the inside line going into turn 1. He's going to be able to brake quite late, but now Jared's thinking about making a move. Ryan down the inside on the Renault driver of Venom. And Venom's still got it. Venom is still on the outside line, and he's still onto P1. Jared's going to hold on to P3 as well, and Venom's still onto P4. Wow.
Oh, Hugo could get 3 positions here if things get crazy, but they're very clean up. Great racing here at the moment between these guys. My God.
And now Alan Hugo's got a 3-second time penalty on lap 5. Things are already starting to get really heated between the top 4. So now it's going to be round 2 of who can make it work under the DRS.
Sorry, Charlie, this is also bringing Max Maiden and Warden into this as well.
Everyone's here. Everyone's going to try and get involved now. It's just crazy how much a little mistake could do here. Ryan is going to go to the inside line on New Zealand Venom. He looks like he's made the move, contact a little bit between the two. Now Venom's going to have the outside line going into turn 13, and Ryan is going to hold on to it. Ryan takes the lead in the US Grand Prix on lap 5, and maybe Jared's going to try and make the move. There's contact. Jared's hit Venom, and now Hugo's hit Jared. Another nearly full wide going into turn 17. Jared's going to try to run the outside of Max May once again. He's now got the inside going into turn 19. Jared up into still P3, Max May P4. And Hugo, out of all of that, I've got no idea how he's dropped down into P5. End of lap 5, onto lap 6 now. Ryan is going to try and break the gap, but now Max May is going to try and get on the outside of Jared going into turn 1. And I think Jared's done a pretty good job on holding onto that inside line there. Wowee. We're in for a race here, Mitchie.
my God, other units, if you saw the yellow flag, so expanding F1 went around just other units there. But yeah, Max Mate, I told you there, Max Mate getting those 2 positions after a bit of incident there between Jared and Hugo. It's on here at the moment. Hugo's going to try to get to his teammate.
Yeah, Alan Hugo, Max Mate, side by side going into turn 11. No team orders, it looks like, at Mercedes. As Alan Hugo goes down the inside. Maybe it was a little bit of team orders, I'm not sure. But I think maybe it was a little bit strategic. Alan Hugo down the inside of Max Mate. Is Max Mate going to be able to overtake Alan Hugo with the slipstream? Bear in mind, both of them do have the DRS. And no, it's going to be Alan Hugo who holds on to P4. Bear in mind, these guys need to think about the constructors as well. They're still fighting for P2. Well, I mean, they're still fighting for P1, but for P2 is a lot closer compared to themselves and Red Bull. And Red Bull are P3 and P8. So solid points, it looks like, for Mercedes if they can keep things going as they are doing right now. Ryan, Venom, 8/10, maybe 9/10 of a second now at the end of lap 6. And yeah, Ryan's starting to pull that gap, and in lap 6, Ryan is going to be 7-ish tenths in front of Venom, but there's still that battle for P3, it looks like. Jared versus Alan Hugo now. It was actually Jared and Max Mate last lap, now it's his teammate, Jared and Alan Hugo. Now we've seen these guys on joint points in the championship, so this is really for championship positions here, Richie.
Absolutely is. It could be second in the championship, especially now Ryan's trying to get away. But Ryan gets a time penalty though, so that could become a factor late in the race, Charlie. We'll have to wait and see, especially at lap 7 at 28.
Yeah, very early on there from Ryan, so he's going to be put under quite a lot more pressure with that 3-second time penalty. Maybe Jeff's going to let Venom know, and that's going to maybe trigger a little bit of just making sure, a little bit of caution, just making sure that he's going to get to the end of this race without any time penalties, which could be the winning factor, potentially. As there's now 1 second separating Jared and Venom here, but I don't think Jared's actually going to care too much because he's got bigger things in his mind, because Alan Hugo is right to the back of him, Mitchie.
Tried to do it around the outside, just couldn't get it done. And yeah, it looks like again they're still going to have a pretty good fight here, but we'll have to wait and see. And Warden closing up on Max Mate as well, back for P5, because Warden actually almost went around as well with all that chaos a couple of laps ago when about 3 or 4 5 drivers all near each other. So yeah, it's getting interesting here at the moment, Charlie.
Yeah, Jared a little bit squirmy on the exit, but I think it was the same with Alan Hugo. But either way, these guys are probably going to be battling right now, because Alan Hugo is on the back of Jared. He's going to go to the inside line, going into turn 1. And it looks like he's made the move stick. Actually, no, because Jared is actually still there, going into turn 2, side by side into the S section. Surely someone has to back out now. None of them back out. And I think Alan Hugo, just in the final second, he just had to give the position away, because that would have ended in tears if they went side by side going into the S section there. Jared still holding on to P3, just, yeah, only just. But I think Hugo's going to be, if he gets perfect next few corners here, I think he'll be right on him with DRS on this long straight. Oh, they need to be careful. They're getting a little bit too close now. Jared and Hugo. Now Max Mate is 4 tenths behind. Warden is still going to try and get involved as well. I'm Deathbro in P7 as well. He's on the back of Warden, but here we go. There goes Alan Hugo round the outside of the Red Bull driver, going into turn 12. He's still going to hold the outside line, because Jared's got a pretty good run going into turn 13. Alan Hugo still sticks his nose in there going into turn 13, and he's going to now have the outside line going into turn 15, because Jared's going to have the inside. And it looks like Jared holds on to it, but he hasn't had the greatest run. So Alan Hugo potentially, maybe around the outside, maybe not. But he is going to have the better run compared to the Red Bull driver. Let's go on board with Max Mate. Max Mate's got a great view of this from his, not cockpit cam, from his T-pods. But Alan Hugo, he did have the greatest run going into the penultimate corner. But same with Jared. Jared's not had the greatest run through the final corner again. So actually, Warden's made his way into the pit lane very early there from Warden going into his pit box. Alan Hugo, he's going to go down the inside, go on DRC. Jared once again, maximum nearly contact with Jared, but I think Alan Hugo, he's made the move stick. Good move from him, but Jared is still very much in here. He can still very much make the move onto the back straight, because Alan Hugo's now 3.3 seconds behind Venom. And what's happened there, Mitchie?
Hugo big moment there, but Jared's trying to stay on him. But he's going to try to get that DRS if he possibly can. And real quickly, Warden doing what Warden does, usually try to go in early and try to do a different strategy than everyone else. We'll see if it can work out for him.
Yeah, he wasn't a little bit... I'm guessing he was being held up a little bit there because obviously with all that battling, but now he's going to have to make sure if he gets his way past Saving Miss Pie in P9, then he's actually going to be in quite a lot of clean air, and then he could push quite a lot, which could potentially get himself up the order by quite a long way. So Warden needs to make that move ASAP. Actually, let's go on board with him now. He could make the move now. He goes side by side with Savory there, and he actually does make the move. Nothing much to answer there from Savory in the Toro Rosso. So Warden up into P9. Clean air for days for Warden now, so he can really push as hard as he can, but make sure he needs to save those tires because he's still got a long way to go, Mitchie.
Yeah, that's right. Still got a long way to go in the top two. Stay out, but Alan Hugo is in.
Going to follow Warden's little early pit stop there. I'm Deathbro also into the pit lane. So, whenever they're going to come out compared to Warden, Alan Hugo, medium compound tyres. I'm Deathbro is going to also be putting on the hard compound tyres. So he's
interesting.
Thinking about that, he can't actually make to the end of the Grand Prix on the mediums. Warden's going to jump Alan Hugo by quite a long way, actually. Look at that gap. That's massive compared to what it was. And well, I mean, Warden was behind Alan Hugo, but now he's ahead by such a large margin. That's about 3 seconds actually separating those two. As actually Savory goes off at the oh no, it's a huge crash actually. Savory makes a massive contact with the barrier. Luckily, I think he hit his back, so actually there's not going to be any damage there. But yeah, Savory Mince Pie. Actually, no, he has got fun with damage. He's got damage on his left end play there. So yeah, but Warden, he jumps Alan Hugo by 2.5 seconds. That's a huge jump there, Mitchie.
Now the question is where's Warden going to place here with the top two ahead? That's going to be the interesting question. It's Jared.
Look at this.
Got Jared. Yeah.
Oh, Jared seems to be struggling quite a lot on the grip as well. So Max Mate in P3 now. Jared down into P4. Anyone going into the pit box? Ryan into the pits. Venom also into the pit lane. What about Max Mate? Is Max Mate going to follow them? No, he doesn't. We've seen Max Mate do this a lot in the past. He never likes to follow these guys' strategy calls. So Max Mate, he's going to be leading the way for a little bit longer here. It's mediums for both the Kiwi drivers. Ryan onto the mediums, Venom onto the mediums, Jared onto the mediums. But where's everyone else going to come out here? Mitchie, look at this. One is going to be close.
Oh, he might just get Venom. It's very close between the two, Ryan. But Warden looks at finding back here the Venom and Warden side by side. Does Warden look for it here? Oh, we don't want to go side by side for it. And there's contact between the two. Warden's around.
Oh no!
And that was never going to end well. And that is a shame for the Racing Point driver.
Oh,
dear, oh dear.
Man. Oh, he was actually. He was on a perfect strategy, and just like that, it's basically over. Down in P10. Oh, dearie me.
It's always a risk going side by side through there. But, wow, and Ryan has got 2 seconds over Venom, which is interesting when they pit at the same time. But Ryan also has a penalty, so we have to figure out that. But, yeah, Warden down to P9 now, so he's looking for the Midland betting F1.
Warden. What a shame. I mean, he's still got 17 laps to do it, but if you think about it, if he just backed out a little bit earlier, or if one of them backed out anyway, Warden would be in such a good position. Honestly, he would have been fighting for at least the podium. But Max May, he's going to be into the pit lane now. Max May's going to be wondering, what on earth just happened behind me? But coming out of his pit box on the medium compound tyres, Ryan is up into P2 now. He's going to be in a net P1 because Top Banter is yet to pit. Venom in P3. Alan Hugo's going to be in P4. Jared in P5. Max Mate is going to come out in P8. Yeah, it will be P8 as well. So, Yep, there's still going to be
Warden's
that
in.
battle for the lead, and Warden's into the pit box. Did he
Well,
get damaged? Yeah, he did get
yeah, he
damaged as
did.
well. Oh, I
Oh,
didn't think he did. What a shame. Onto another set of medium compound tyres, and he's going to be, it looks like he's going to be battling Penske. Down in at P13. Have we seen? Well, I don't think we've seen Warden versus Penske in quite a while, so I know for sure that these guys are in the same party, so Wannabe Penske will be seeing that in the next few laps. But yeah, such a shame. Is that Matt and Benny F1 going side by side going into turn 11? Is that Matt does a very big undern over there? So is it going to work for him? Benny's he's all over the place actually. Is that Matt's going to be on the outside line? Benny, and just like that actually, before the corner even starts, Matt is into P9, but no, Benny's not done just yet. He still goes down the inside, and Matt is going to have the outside line. And I think Matt is going to... Oh, no. Benny, he does... What a move, actually. Benny makes the move on Is That Matt. Is That Matt's not done it just yet. He goes for another move, squirmy on the exit. I bet he's going to have the inside line going into turn 17. Contact once again between the two drivers. And Benny and Matt still side by side going into turn 19. But this time Matt is going to hold on to P9, I think. And yeah, I think that's certified. Jesus. We're in for a treat. I mean, we're back after the Easter break, and we're in with a very good race at the moment here, Mitchie. Perfect.
absolutely it was, and yeah, what happened at the start there, but there's still a lot of battles going on at the moment. Laggy also catching up to Defro, who's on the hard tyres, but Laggy on the medium tyres, so looks like Laggy's got the better pace on those mediums at the moment.
Wow, we're not even halfway through this Grand Prix and we've already seen so much action at the moment. Laggy person, I'm Death Bro on the back straight now. DRS going to be enabled for that. Laggy person, I'm Death Bro's not really got, he hasn't actually got the DRS. And bear in mind he's on the hard compound tyres as well, so he's going to be put at an even bigger disadvantage. Is Laggy person going to go for the move? No, he's not. He's going to hold on for a little bit longer. Wasn't as close as he would have hoped there. And at the front, the gaps have started to build quite a bit. So we've still got, yeah, we've got the battle. Wait, when did Warden pass Penske? Yeah.
Yes, already has.
Wow. Oh, okay. Well, that was quite quick. I didn't actually even see that. So Warden already. I didn't even see that. So, yeah, Warden up into P13. So yeah, Laggy person and I Death Row. This is the closest battle we got on at the. Actually, no, yeah, we got a three-way battle. Perfect. I'm Death Row. Oh, dearie me. So I'm Death Row is going to try and defend the inside. Laggy person to the outside line here. Is he going to do it on the outside? I don't think so. I'm Death Row is going to hold on to it. But Max May with the better traction at the first corner. I don't think he nearly made the move there on Laggy, but I think Laggy blocked that quite nicely there. So through the S section, the three-way battle. But yeah, Max May, I just feel like he should be a lot higher than where he should be. His pit stops haven't been perfect, Mitchie. I can say the least.
No, but he did pit later on, as this is also effectively for a top 5 here at the moment, as Benny F1 was just around, if you're wondering what that yellow flag was. And it's a virtual!
Oh dear. Is there a virtual safety car? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, for me again, what's it? Doesn't show it's a virtual safety car for me. Perfect.
So, Top Banter still is in the lead. I don't think we'll be seeing him pitting under virtual here because it'll be a bit tough to go to softs to the end from here, Charlie.
Yeah, so... but either way, you're going to have to tell me where the virtual safety car ends. I could probably tell, actually. Maybe I have to actually look at the boards myself to see if it is a virtual safety car. And yep, there it is. And so the boards there, VSC flashing. But yeah, lap 14 out of 28 allows us to take a little bit of a breather because there has been many battles. Oh no, wait, we're back racing. Never mind. Death Boat and Laggy person once again, and Max Mate. Three-way battle for P6 as we head towards turn 1. So Max Mate, DRS, Laggy person, DRS, Death Boat, only with his straight line speed and his wings there as we go into turn 1. Is anyone going to go for a cheeky dive on Max Mate? Down the inside of Laggy person, and he makes the move. Very good move there. on Laggy Person. Up into P7. Next up is Deathbro, but I don't think Laggy Person will let Maxmate get away with that so lightly here.
Yeah, and Jared getting a penalty as well in effectively P4 at the moment, but it's not going to be over here. Max is going to try to get near to Deathbro, and Laggy might try to also get close to those two again.
And Ryan is catching up to Top Banter, it looks like. 13 laps remaining of the US Grand Prix. Top Banter will have to pit very shortly and he'll go into the softs. But yeah, he'll be quite quick at the end of the Grand Prix. Where will he come out on track though? He'll probably come out... I'm not sure. Oh, we got Maxmate and Deathbro actually. Maxmate down the inside of Deathbro. So that's 2 overtakes there from Maxmate in the space of basically half a lap there. And what's going on, Mitch, is at the front.
Top Banter and Ryan going side by side. Oh, it's a bit bang wheels here at the moment, and Ryan's going to absolutely try to get this bit done. He goes a bit too deep. Banter holds on, and Top Banter absolutely fine for the position here at the moment. He still is yet to pit though.
Wow. So Top Banter is fighting for a position that, I'm going to be real, he's probably not going to get at the end of the Grand Prix, but switch back and a half from the championship leader. He goes to the outside, then to the inside. Ryan with the moves here on lap 16. Top Banter struggling for the grip there going into the S section. Is he going to back out? No, he's... yes, he is. I think he has to. So Ryan, still, he's going to hold on to P1 now. And Top Banter, oh mate, a bit risky. I'm not going to lie from Top Banter, but he's put a bit of pressure on the Ferrari driver, isn't he?
Yeah, it was very close between the two, and this also brought Venom an extra second back because it was about 2.8, and now he's got about a second back, which also Alan Hugo's under a second of Venom now, so another fight to continue here, and Ryan trying to hold off Top Banter from Top Banter not getting a move back on him.
Oh dear, here comes Top Banter once again. Look at that straight line speed. Is he going to try and do another under and over? I don't think so. Touches with Ryan just a little bit, but that won't be enough for fumbling damage, I believe. 12 laps remaining. Is Top Banter going to pit? I don't know. I'm Deathbird, Laggy Person. As I think Laggy Person might have made a little bit of a mistake. I think he did, yes. So Laggy Person in P8 now. Benny F1 leaving the session after his retirement. I actually didn't see where he crashed. Did you see where he crashed for the road safety car, Mitchie?
It was just at the end of the first sector, actually.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I didn't see it at all, but either way, Alan Hugo, he's actually catching up to Venom, it looks like. So we have a cheeky little battle for a net P2. Top Banter still staying out on track here. Go into turn 1. And we guessed at the start of the race that I said Ryan would win this race. You said Alan Hugo? Am I right, Mitchie? Yeah, so Alan Hugo could be making the move here on Venom for a net P, for a net P2 because Top Banter's still out on track, and he's getting ever so close to going onto the back straight now. Is Venom's actually going to have the DRS actually because he's in the 1 second range of Top Banter, so it's going to be down to the straight line speed, slipstream. Is Alan Hugo going to be able to do anything about it here? Top Banter hasn't actually got the DRS here, so look at this. He might even lose 2 positions in one straight here. I think he is. Top Banter is still going to try and defend it. No, he doesn't. He's actually going to give the position back to Alan Hugo. So we're actually now in the proper top 3 positions. So Ryan, Venom, and Hugo.
Yeah, interesting stuff there, and he'll probably be in the next lap or 2, maybe this lap, Top Banter. But yeah, that allows Venom and Hugo clean air here to try to see if they can't outrun, which don't forget, Ryan does have that penalty at the moment, and it's 2.4 seconds, so he needs to try to get that over 3 seconds between him and Venom.
Yep, 10 laps remaining. The US Grand Prix. DRS enabled for Ali Hugo, but this time Venom has not got the DRS because Top Banter is still behind. Going into turn 1, Ali Hugo still not close enough to make the move up the hill. Anyone else? We got a battle with Jared is catching up to Top Banter now. Jared's gonna start to get involved. We haven't really talked about Jared a lot in this kind of phase of the Grand Prix. He was batting a lot at the start, and now he's back into P5 potentially gonna be making the move on top banter into P4.
Yeah, it's. I think just lost a little bit in that first few laps battle. Just lost out really with gaining more positions really, Jared, and I think it just cost him. And he's going to be right on top banter here for P4 in this one. And Hugo as well, not close enough to Venom, but Jared looks for the move on top banter. He has to extend it to get it done. And he's got it done, and he moves up into P4, but this top banter maybe fight it back. Thought about it, but does not.
Very close there. So Jared up into P4. Next up is Alan Hugo, who is going to be battling Venom. Well, he is battling Venom at the moment, but it's just not as close as you would like to really make the move. So Ryan coming through the final corner to start lap 19. That's it, 28. 9 laps remaining of the US Grand Prix. Top banter is finally into the pit lane, Mitchie.
He's into the pits, going to put those soft tyres on, try to go for a fast lap, which I say he will probably come out maybe just outside the top 10, possibly, near Dubstep, and try to see if he can get that extra point. Oh, Dubstep's in, actually. Excuse me.
Well, there we go. So I'm guessing Dubstep is going to try and challenge Top Banter as well for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Master Berserk now comes out in P10. So he is
Hugo.
back
So
into the
Charlie,
points.
Hugo's
Go on.
right on. He's right on Venom here for P2. He's right
Here we
on
go.
him.
So Hugo through turn 11. DRS, and he's a lot closer than he has been before. So is he going to make the move on the Renault driver? He's going to go down the inside. Venom's not really going to challenge that line there. And Hugo makes the move. He locks up a little bit. So now Venom, is he going to try to the outside going into turn 13? I don't think he does so. And Ali Hugo, just like that, is going to take P2. Unless Venom... No. Looks like Venom's given that quite nicely, actually, to Ali Hugo. I was expecting him to put up more of a fight there. But no, Ali Hugo up into P2 and Venom up to down into P3.
Well, the piece to that story, Charlie, is actually Alan Hugo does have a penalty, so that could be another thing Venom realises.
Yeah.
And he might be thinking as well, the fight with him and Ryan may be over because Ryan is pulling away, and he might be just thinking about P2 here. And also Jared is second behind Venom as well. Now.
Yeah, so Venom is starting to get involved in the battle. So Alan Hugo, 3-second time penalties for him. Ryan as well. I didn't actually see Hugo's 3-second time penalty. I think everything's just not working for me at the moment in this race. So yeah, Alan Hugo's got 1 penalty. Venom's got 2 warnings, so he's also going to be quite close to getting some penalties there. It just showed up that Ryan got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So yeah, that's how far behind I think I am at the moment. So we'll try and ignore my sudden outburst if I suddenly see fastest lap by Ryan. But either way, we're back onto the back straight. Venom is just about in that DRS range. But look at that. Hugo's like basically already gone there. But actually, no, he is catching up a little bit with that DRS. But he was about 0.7 of a second behind on the back straight before the DRS actually came into play. So Hugo, he's trying to catch up to Ryan, but might be a little bit late. But still, anything's possible.
Yeah, still, anything is very possible. With 9 laps to go, anything can still happen. Yep,
it's going to be very close to the end of the Grand Prix between these guys, because Jared has also got a time penalty. So if he does get past Venom, he needs to break that 3-second range as we go into the final corner here. Start lap 21 out of 28. Jared's 5/10 behind Venom now. Venom is also 5/10 behind Alan Hugo because he hasn't broken out of that DRS range just yet. 3.4 seconds separating Ryan and Hugo. Once again, Ryan is just storming away at the moment. Not as much as you've seen in the past few races, but I mean, Ryan, he has been involved in many battles here today, and he's just been getting involved, really, hasn't he?
And just like to point out, since I don't know if Charlie saw it, Top Peter does the fastest lap of the race on the soft tyres, so showing what he can do there. But also, Jared also getting close to Venom, but also Def and Laggy staying near each other as they've been for like the past 20 laps.
Yeah, I think Deathboy actually just made the move on Laggy Person a few corners ago. So going onto the back straight, it's now going to be Laggy Person with DRS on the McLaren driver. Yep, there we go. So is he going to be able to make the move on the McLaren driver at the end of this back straight? He's going to be gaining and gaining. Is it going to be enough? He's thinking about it.
No.
And not quite. But we do have a bow hill. Top Banter storming past is that Matt there in the racing point of those soft compound tyres. He's got Laggy Person next to try and catch up to. Roughly about 6-ish laps left to go as Ryan's about to cross the line to start lap 22. And Hugo is still he's nearly out of that 1 second range there. But now Jared is on the back of Venom as we go into turn 1. And this time Jared's a lot closer to Venom. He's a lot closer than he has been before. So potentially back straight overtake, maybe not.
Yeah.
S section,
Oh.
And you can see he's actually a lot closer now.
Yeah, he is, and he got a bit close there. Had to hold back there, Jared. But he's right on. But also Jared as well. I'd like to point out, I don't think we mentioned he has a one penalty as well. So I think Venom at the moment's just maybe he's going a bit too cautious at the moment because he knows he's got 2 warnings, Charlie. But he's got to worry about Jared behind.
Jared, DRS. Venom is now out of that DRS range now, so he doesn't have the DRS on this back straight. So it's Jared's time. Is he going to be gaining enough to make the move on the Renault driver? He's going for it. Down the inside goes the Red Bull driver on Venom as he's trying to give him as little space as possible. Venom goes a little bit deep trying to get that position back, and now Jared's going to have the outside line going into turn 15. And I think Jared is just going to have to back out for a little bit. Good defensive driving from Venom, but he's out of that second range now. So DRS is not going to be in his favour as he now makes the mistake going into the final corner, running a little bit too deep. So now Jared's up into P3, but it's not over just yet because Jared he needs to break that 3-second range to keep that P3, which he's running out of time to do so. But it's doable once again.
It is absolutely doable. And also, real quickly, Top Banter's caught up to Defbro and Laggy for 7th and 6th. Yep.
Laggy Person.
Top Banter goes for it, and he's got the both of them.
What? Oh, I didn't actually see that as well.
Yeah, unfortunately we missed on the street, but yeah, Top Banter turn 1 gets both Defbro and Laggy. I think Defbro was going for the move on Laggy, which allowed Top Banter to absolutely storm it through and go into P6. Oh.
What? I didn't actually see that, so, I mean, apparently it sounds like it's a great move there from Top Banter. He's up into P6, so, yeah, solid stuff there from Top Banter. 5 laps remaining, though, of the US Grand Prix. And Venom is actually falling behind now, but he's got 5 laps to just keep it, just keep with it. Otherwise, he might not even be able to come out with the podium here, Mitchie.
He's got to keep with it here, and it looks like to me he is struggling at the moment with these medium tyres.
Yeah, it looks like it, and he is falling behind. But Laggy Person. Still trying to keep the pressure on with I'm Deathboy, but you can see Top Banter's just starting to pull away now. And those lovely soft compound tyres.
See if he can get to max mate, maybe in P5.
Yeah, it's going to be a push. He's got 4.5 seconds to try and get that. Penalty-wise, Max Mate's got 2 penalties, and Top Banter's also got... Oh, he's got 3 penalties, actually, so he has to overtake Max Mate and then break 3 seconds. But yeah, Top Banter has gained 10 positions on he started P16, he's in P6. That's incredible. I think he's seen was it Top Banter last 2 weeks ago? I don't know who it was. Oh no, it was Master Berserk, wasn't it? No, Master Berserk did a really good job. I think he came from last to like I don't even know what position it was. 4th or 5th, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so And again, a really solid drive from someone who starts at the back of the near the back of the field anyway, and he's up into the top 10, well, even the top 6. So yeah, solid drive from him so far. New Zealand Venom, 1 point, and yeah, we'll actually get an extra point for his fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Venom, 1.5 seconds now behind DRC Jared, and he's got 1.5ish seconds to try and keep up with Jared's. He's out. I think he's out of the. Oh, he's now out of the 3-second range of Alan Hugo. So he looks like he might lose P2 here, but he just needs to keep with it, Venom. He hasn't got long left. 3 laps left. He just needs to hold on. But it looks like he's losing time. I think he can do this. I think he can do this.
Yeah, it's 4 laps to go. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
It's going to be really close. Penske, 3-second time penalty. I don't know if that's late. Was that late? Or did I see that in the right time? I have no idea. I'm probably talking absolute rubbish right now. So am I not? Okay, I'm speaking in the present. It looks like I'm back. I guess. Layperson, Deathborough. Still, these guys very close to each other. 0.4 of a second. As I feel like these mediums that Layperson's got is really starting to die off now.
Yeah. That's what I was actually going to say. You can tell that the hard's now starting to come into the favour of Deathborough.
We got Warden and Master Berserk for P10 and P11 once again. We haven't talked about Warden after his unfortunate incident there, after his about 2 laps after his pit stop there. But this is for one singular point between these 2 guys here. Venom's actually caught up to Jared in the meantime. He's actually gained about a 10th. So he is still with it here. Let's go stay on board with Warden and Master Berserk. So Master Berserk is going to try and go defensive. Warden doesn't even want the slipstream. Warden's just using his own straight line pace here as he goes to the inside on the Ferrari driver. This is for P10. Down the inside he goes. And it looks like Warden makes the move on Master Berserk. So P10 for Warden. And he is going to try and run away with this. Let's quickly check these guys' penalties. P10. Warden's got 2. And Master Berserk has 3. So, yeah. And Warden's actually pulling away anyway. So, yeah, Warden up into P10 now, Mitchie.
Bit of a battle down the field, P13. The 2 drivers who, as Penske absolutely censored on Brazuca, the 2 drivers who have done 22 laps on those hard tyres, of course pitted on it was around lap 3 or 4. I forget what oh no, it's when Penske with the virtual safety car, that is correct.
Oh yeah.
Feels like so long ago.
No, it's basically 3 laps left. But it's kind of 2 laps left. You know what I mean. It's lap 26. After 28, we're nearly on the penultimate lap of this US Grand Prix. Ryan's now 3.5 seconds ahead of Alan Hugo. So he's cruising away with it now. Jared 1.2 seconds behind Alan Hugo. Venom 1.4 seconds behind. So it looks like, actually, Venom is now within the 3-second range of Alan Hugo. So he could still very much get P2 here. But yeah, he's still definitely in it. Just a few more laps left, Venom. You got this, man.
It's just 2 to go. I feel like he absolutely can get it here, especially if Jared gets under that second, because he's getting slightly closer and closer to Hugo, slightly. But I don't know if anything will happen there. But at the moment, I'm back in Venom here to get P2.
Yeah, definitely. He's 1.1 seconds. He's actually gaining quite a lot on DRC Jared now. Penultimate lap of the US Grand Prix. Looks like a person's actually fallen behind at Deathborough a little bit now. So the hards are starting to come into play. I'm guessing the mediums are really struggling now. But yeah, that's actually the closest battle we got. I think like a person and Deathborough. But who has been your driver of the day, Mitchie?
Oh, let's have a look here. And look, I've got to say that Ryan's done really well, but top banter, 10 places, and he's closing in on Max Matey possibly for P5 because penalties. So I'm going to go with top banter.
Yeah, top banter, really solid stuff. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Ryan because he started P2. He ended up in, well, I'm not going to say just yet, but he's probably going to come home in P1. But he's been in quite a lot of battles to try and get himself into that position. You can see at the start of the Grand Prix, he was starting to put that pressure on Venom. He was made that great move on Venom in the early laps of the Grand Prix, and he's just kept with it. He's actually, in fact, gained time on Alan Hugo going on to the final lap, being the championship leader as well. He's got a lot of pressure on him, and just like that, he's going to be able to extend his lead. So Ryan, for me, he's done a really, really good job today, being put under a lot more pressure than other races that we've seen. Normally we see Ryan's wins. He normally just nearly 10 seconds ahead of the driver behind him, but this week he's been tested quite a lot by these drivers, Mitchie.
Well, Charlie, I just want to point out here real quickly that this is, well, we don't want to jinx it here, of course. This is going to be Ryan's 40th AOR win here, and yeah, 40. It's been a tough one. It's been a tough one, but it shows you as well. Those warnings he got were early in the race, and it shows you when he's under pressure, some mistakes can be made, but. He got away with it here tonight, and 3.5 seconds, and looks like he's about to take the win. Another win this season.
40 races, that is... Can I just put... That's nearly 2 seasons worth of just wins from Ryan. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, Ryan is going to come home with 40 wins to his name. Soon enough, he'll come to the big 50, but Jared's actually really close to Alan Hugo. Actually, he's actually 5/10 behind, but on board with Ryan coming through the penultimate corner. There's still battles between Deathbot and Laggy Person, but coming through the final corner is going to be win number 40 here for the Ferrari driver. He crosses the line here in Texas to win the US Grand Prix. Round 6 goes to Ryan once again. Alan Hugo is going to go in P3 because Venom, he stays within that 3-second range. Venom gets P2. Alan Hugo P3, Jared P4. Max May, he's actually going to come home in P5. So Max May's done a good job as well into P5. Solid points for Mercedes. Top Adder finishes P6. Deathbro is going to come home in 7th. Laggy Person is going to bin it across the line and start for P8. Laggy Person, wait, no, Matt, penalties. Yes, Laggy Person down into P9. Warden is going to come home with 1 point to his name once again, binning it across the line in a very similar fashion to that Laggy Person. Warden comes home in P9. Laggy Person finishes 10th. Master Berserker 11th, and Dubstep is going to come home in 12th. But yeah, Venom P2. Very solid stuff from him as well. So yeah, really solid race. And once again, Mitchie.
It was a really solid race, and yeah, it shows you also. I talked about Jared Hugo. Jared got close to Hugo again, 0.2, but yeah, we said Venom can get there, and yeah, and it's going to be got Brazuca and Penske to come across the line next, and I think Penske's going to try to get a fastest lap here because he went on the soft tyres.
Oh.
And he got it!
Did he get it? Oh my god!
He got it! Wow!
So he takes the 1 point off Top Banter, was it? So yeah, just no one gets it. That's a bit mean, but sure. He does it. But either way, Ryan, on the top step of the podium once again, he's just running away with it once again. Dominant fashion. And hopefully he can just continue this. And yeah, he's just on another level compared to these guys at the moment.
Yeah, he certainly is, and but it was exciting first half of the race. There was a lot. He did get a lot of pressure from behind, but yeah, still gets it done here tonight.
Yeah, so looking at the race results, if I can see because I've got a black screen. There we go. So Ryan from P2 to P1, Venom, who started first, into second, and it's a penalty fest here. The stewards are very busy. But the only driver who didn't get a penalty was Venom, and it came in very crucial times as well. So if Venom actually did get a penalty, then he actually wouldn't be on the podium. So yeah, that's just what you get if you don't cut corners, Mitchie.
That's right, especially 7 penalties from Laggy.
Oh dear. Is it? Oh my god, it is. Wowee. Yeah, Texas is it's quite a track to get a lot of penalties. Obviously, the S section's quite hard to get right, but obviously Venom doesn't phase him at all. No penalties whatsoever to his name, but he did get 2 warnings, so he didn't come out completely innocent. But still, no penalties, really solid stuff. So yeah, thank you all very much for joining us for the US Grand Prix. Make sure you check out the European streams. There's PS4 F1 at 7 o'clock, PC F1 at 8 o'clock, Xbox F1 at 9 o'clock, PC F2, F3, F4, and PS4 F2, F3 at 8 PM, and all other non-stream tiers are at 8 o'clock BST. Next week is the I have no idea Grand Prix. Can someone help me?
China. It is China.
The Chinese Grand Prix in Shanghai. Warden's favourite track. I know that for sure. It's Warden's absolute baby. He loves that track. And OGs that remember back in season 4. 4? I think it was season 4. Yeah. Warden coming out with an absolute amazing strategy call. And he just came out of nowhere and won the Grand Prix. So Warden, hopefully it's going to be a solid race for him. But yeah, Mitchie, solid race, wasn't it? Great race.
It was absolutely solid race. That first part of the race was very exciting. Even the last half was very interesting as well. But yeah, it was a good one, Charlie. Absolutely good.
Yeah, so thank you for joining me in the comments box once again, Mitchie. Thank you, Jess, for doing all the camera work behind the scenes. And we'll see you all next week for the Chinese Grand Prix. Goodbye.